Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. So today I figured we'd walk through our monthly budget and try to show you guys how I budget for our month. I always pre-budget the month ahead before the month starts, if that makes sense. And I'm going to show you how I do that. And with it being the end of the month, this is a perfect time to go ahead and do that. So let's get right into it, y'all. So first off, this is like my little budgeting binder. This is like, I wouldn't even say budgeting binder. This is like our household binder. I've got our trash schedule for like all the holidays and stuff right here. I've got our monthly calendars for a 2-year calendar right here. Our money stuffing envelope is in here. And then I just have this notebook, which this notebook is empty. I am actually going to start tracking what we spend on groceries, and I'm going to use this notebook for here. And then our monthly budget, I write out here. Now, you can print out some nice, cute little printouts on the internet. However, I just like handwriting it out myself. This is the way that it works for me, and so that's what I do. And I also wanted to show you guys this. Like, this is how I used to use our meal plan before I got my magnetic board. This is so old. Like, this has dairy stuff on here that we would have never even made. Like, we haven't even used, so I haven't used this in years, but I kept it in here to show you guys that you can print out like a weekly planner if you wanted to start meal planning, and just print this off the computer. And then I put it in a little plastic sheet, protecting sheet, and then you just use a dry erase marker and reuse it every week. And then I also have like our yearly maintenance house checkup. And then everything else is like our receipts and stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to go ahead and go over our budget. So this is my budget for May. I just didn't write down like how much we make or anything, keep a little information private. But so what I do is I write out all of our bills on the side and our necessities. So I put all of our needs, which is like $175 weekly. This would include gas, medications, diapers, wipes, household items. Basically, any of that type of stuff is in this needs column. Okay. And then our food is $250 a week, which equals out to be about $1,000 a month. So this is all of our bills that we have to pay. And then what I do is I then write down all of the pays. So what I actually am starting to do this month is brand new to us. I'm breaking down our house and our car payment into weekly payments to try to pay them off sooner and with less interest. So what I did was I divided our payments up by 4, and then I rounded it up to the nearest like whole dollar. So each week we're going to go ahead and put $180 down on the house. Each week we're going to do $125 on the car. And that's how I planned it. Now, this week is a extra pay. This month is an extra pay month for us. And typically you would still make those payments, which would be a completely extra 180, an extra 125. However, because our budget is very tight and we need to save money for the future, we're not going to do that. But I did round it up, and we are going to end up paying a little bit more each month. Plus, we're paying it in advance, so we will save money on interest as well, because we're going to be paying off the loan faster than what they thought we would, if that makes sense. So that's how I'm doing that. And then I just go ahead and take all these extra bills, and I'm going to go ahead and match them to the dates. So I know like the light bill is usually due by the 24th. So I'm going to look for which date is closest. So like May 23rd, we got to pay. So I would put the light bill on that day, if that makes sense. So then I would choose another bill, like our gas bill. I always pay the gas bill the month in advance. So it's usually due at the beginning of the month each month, but I always pay it at the end of the month each month, and it's paying in advance. So I'm paying at the end of the month for the month before, if that makes sense. So I always put that at the end of the month. And I'm sorry, there's a glare, but I always put that at the end of the month. And so I just do that with all of our bills. And then I take what our total is, like how much we would make. And I would normally write it right here, but to keep some confidentiality, I didn't write how much we make. And then you write down all the bills that you have to pay. These are subscriptions. I also just went through and cleaned out my subscriptions. So if you don't know, like if you have Netflix and Paramount, they have an option now where you can do a ad subscription, and it's like less than half of what we were paying. So like for Netflix, we were paying close to $20, and now we're paying like $7, maybe a little less than that. Just by adding ads. So if you're looking to save any money, definitely look into that. Also, we just did away with Disney Plus. We weren't watching it enough to continue paying for it, and they did not offer a discounted rate if you wanted ads or something. So we just did away with that. And I figured if we missed it, then we'll just get it back, and we haven't missed it yet. So just a quick little savings tip right there. So then after we get all of our bills and our food and our necessities or needs, I'm going to look at how much is left from the number. And then I make a decision out of that amount, how much we want to put toward money stuffing and how much we want to put toward, and then the rest would be put toward savings. So our money stuffing method is really for our necessities, for extra needs, like not major needs, but needs like clothing, date nights, and stuff like that. Christmas. I'll show you my money stuffing folder in a little bit. But so what we do is we take that leftover money, and then I'm going to have $200 of stuff to start saving for Christmas, birthdays, everything that we save for. I'll show you though, which we really need to get strict with that. But what I'm going to do is at the time of stuffing, that's when we'll decide how much of this will go in which folder. And then everything that's left will go into our emergency fund savings. And I do that for each week. So that's how I budget. And I always do this the week before the month starts. So that way when the pay comes, I already know what I'm doing. And then that way, if we were short that month for bills, our water bill is due every 3 months. And instead of waiting for it every 3 months to pay the whole bill in full, because that month usually makes it a very short month for us, I started just doing $75 a month saving for it, and that will help us not like get hit all at once with that extra bill. We did, like before we were able to even, like not too long ago, we didn't even have the extra money to stuff. We didn't even have any extra money to save. So this is all a new method for us because we have been blessed recently, and because of that, we are able to go ahead and start doing this. So this is why we are doing all this, is like a new method. Before, it was just basically how we were going to pay our bills and which week we were going to pay those bills. But now we have the privilege of saving. So that is awesome. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you our money stuffing method. I don't know. This is something that I have not done before. It's something we just started. Sorry, the kids are sleeping and I thought I just heard one. But it's something that we just started doing, and we've not been very persistent with it. But I had ordered this thing. I had ordered this off of Amazon. It comes with a calculator. I don't know what's up there. I think like some little tags if I wanted to tag something, budget sheets like this. Sorry, it won't focus. Let me see. Oh, there it goes. Comes with budget sheets, and it even comes with labels and folders. I think I paid like $10 for this on Amazon. I'll link it below for you guys. So we have a little folder, and this is our like date night folder. And then we have clothing. So this is mainly like I had some money in here. I literally just spent it and bought the kids some new summer clothes, but now we'll start saving for back to school clothes now. And then we have birthday fund, which we just put money in here and it'll help pay for birthday presents, birthday parties, whatever birthday related. We just start saving for the next one after we've used whatever we used for the one coming up, if that makes sense. And then we have, so this is our grocery thing. So basically I budget $250 a week. And if I don't spend that $250, I'll put the leftover in here to use for the next week if we need it or whatever. It'll just be added to this for the future because I'm sure there's going to be weeks that I go over $250. And then this is the kids. So every time I go out, the kids want to buy something. So I figured I'm going to start putting some money aside for those occasions. Plus, this is good for last minute field trips. I literally just gave AJ $20 for the bookstore. So those kinds of things that we're not really planning on, we just get something and then we have the cash already. We don't have to worry about it. Like, oh, you need $20 for a field trip? Look, we don't even have to go to the bank. It's already here. Also, what goes in here will pay for sports and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of cleaned out now. We had money in here and then we, spent it all. So we got to get better with that. This is our Christmas fund. And then I have shopping. So this is my folder for my yard selling, Goodwill shopping, or anything that is for me. And then this would be for the water. You know how I said we're going to save $75. And then I still have extra folders if I ever wanted to add more. And this is what it came with, a whole bunch of different little labels. So like maintenance, utilities, cars, food, all kinds of different things that you could save up for. But that's just what we save for, if that makes sense. And so it's not really like necessities. Like right now, not necessity. I mean, it's not wants. Like we would want to save for, they could be car tinted. We would like to save for a shed. We would like to save for a couch. But right now we have so many things that we're trying to have money stashed for that those things are just a lot more added to it. So once we have a good like little stash in our envelopes, I think we might start going ahead and saving for some wants that we need. And so that's how we budget our money for the month. I think on grocery haul day, I'm going to start breaking down how much we really spent, minusing it out of our budget and kind of sharing that with you guys, showing you how I budget. I know I already show you like how I do the best I can to pay as little as possible for everything that we buy. I do price compare to multiple stores. I go to multiple stores. So if you don't check out my grocery hauls, go ahead and consider checking them out because I do try to show you how I go about getting things as cheap as I can in my area anyway. And then we have a payday coming up before I'll have this video out. So I'll go ahead and add in like what I do on payday, which is really just, go and look. But let me show you like how I store our bills and keep all of that maintained. Because, at least I was always told you should keep stuff for like a year out, which I have had an experience where that saved me. I actually recently got a letter in the mail saying that our car had a flag, our tags had a flag, and we really needed to renew our tags really last month. And they said we couldn't because it had a flag because we owed toll money, but I had paid all of our tolls. And because I had saved those because the tolls were paid back in October. So that was quite a while ago. And because of this binder and because of the organization that I put together, I had the proof and the confirmation number that they were paid and I did not have to pay that flag. That's something that before I became a stay-at-home mom, I would have never done. I did not keep anything. I was so unorganized, so just out of it. I was just, working and moving on about my day. You know what I mean? So it is really helpful to go ahead and save that stuff for 1 year because it can really save you in the future just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry, you know what I mean? But let me show you how we do that real quick. All right, so this is how I section off of our bills. So I have these little clear protectant sleeves that I just keep a year's worth of bills in. And so I do it like this. And what I do is I just go ahead and I'll slide this one in the back. So I just go ahead and slide this one in the back, which this is for this month of April, right? Because we're in April right now. And then if you did it right, the one in the front should also be of April of last year. So you just get it in there. And once it's in, you just go ahead and take out the old one, and that keeps it fresh and up to date of a year's worth. So now the next one is May, which is the next month coming up. And when I get May's, I'll put the new one in, take the old one out, and that's how I recycle it and keep it fresh. I also want to say, throughout the month of May, as I'm getting the bills in, like the paper bills, I do store them back in the back of this folder. I store them back here, and then that way, as I pay them, then I take them out and mark that I paid it and then file it in the back. So that way, if I do forget, because I go crazy sometimes, if I do forget to pay it, it's still sitting in here, and then when I open it, I'm like, oh, I still got a bill to pay. Right now, it's empty for April because it's the end of the month and I've already paid everything. So that is how I keep our bills in check and in order, and I know where our money is going. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you got some ideas on how to keep your finances in order and how to save money maybe. I'm not the greatest at saving money. I am trying to force myself to be strict and stern with saving money. And I hope that if you don't already budget, maybe I helped you out with how to go ahead and start your monthly budgets. All right, so now it is payday, and as promised, I'm going to show you what I do on payday. So it's really nothing special. I just go ahead and get my notebook out, and I'm going to flip over to the page. Let me get it to where you can see what I'm doing. So at least somewhat. So I'm going to flip over to my page that has my list, and I'm going to go to today's date. I want you guys to see my face. All right. So you're going to go to the date of your payday, and you're going to just do whatever it says. So it's nothing special for us. Let me see. Yeah. So it's nothing special for us. This pay is at the end of the month, and we only have really one bill to pay, and that is our car payment. So that is actually a bill that my husband pays on his app. So I'm just going to text him and let him know to pay it. And that is it. So we go ahead and we pay the payment, and then I will go down the list with all the extra stuff, and if we're taking any money out of the bank that week to put into our envelopes, which this week we are not, but if we were going to be taking any to save, I would text my husband and let him know, like, hey, we need $50 taken out the bank this week, or we need $100 taken out, and he would stop by the bank on his way home and take that out for us to stuff. And that is it. So we just make sure on payday, first things first, we try not to keep any money in the account because we don't want to use our cards as much as possible, because when you're using the card, it's easy to lose track of what you're doing and you may end up spending more. So we just try to take everything out. So I just pay our bills online. And if we're going to do like a pickup order, I go ahead and do that for Walmart. And then I just go ahead and take the rest out, and we divide it. Well, we do leave our savings. We don't take all of it out. And then we just take our pocket money and our stuffing money out and divide it up. And that's our payday routine and how we keep strict on hopefully not overspending. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. As always, remember to continue simply living your best life. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.